This video was sponsored by Enhance, NeoWatt, ABRP, Elbilmek, Kempower and EB Hub. Yo, what's up? The GLC has 800 volt architecture, charges at 330-ish kilowatt, right? How fast is it compared to the competitors? Well, let's find out. We are already sitting in the GLB now. Okay, so it hits 315 for some reason. I don't know. Seems like you have to go below 10% to get the over that speed. Yeah, but okay. Compared against the Q6, similar price. You know, the German rival, and then also the BMW iX3 Neue Klasse charges a lot faster. It's already at 27%. It's actually leading the iX3, and then the G9. Well, actually, oh, the G9, huh? No, sorry, the G9 is leading, of course, Chinese. And then just as a comparison, we can use also a Model Y. That's the only 400 volt car here. But the GLC managed to get some okay charging curve here. But mind you that the Q6, I mean, why is the Q6 still in the game here versus the GLC? Well, the Q6 has non-linear state of charge scale. That's a bit bummer. But, all right. Oh, dude, the G9 is already at 60%. What the heck, man? But you can see that the iX3, which has a bigger battery, actually charges faster than the GLC. So, I mean, compared to the Chinese, the GLC is kind of disappointing, except for that when compared to the Q6 and especially Tesla, then the GLC actually has okay curve. But right now, the G9 is about to hit 80% there. What the heck, man? That was Schnell after 12 minutes as promised. And then, which car is second now? It seems like the iX3 is on a good second, and then GLC is on the third place, right behind, and we have the Q6, and then Model Y is like, whatever, 52%, who cares? I'm so efficient, yes. But also, you will see that at a higher state of charge than the GLC actually has some okay speed. Well, if you exclude the G9 and the Chinese, yes. Because now, okay, well, actually, okay, iX3, but it has a big battery, also charges pretty fast at a higher state of charge. But eventually, I think the GLC should get a little edge over the Q6 at least. For now, it is kind of neck and neck, but it seems like these 800 volt cars, they are tuned towards getting to 80% as fast as possible, and then many of these kind of collapse after 80%. You're going to see now, same with the iX3 Neue Klasse, all the Germans to the left, pretty much. There, the route after 80%, what happens then? Dude, the G9 is just flexing. It's already almost at 100%. It's almost unfair to include a Chinese car here, but okay, whatever. This is the battle of the Germans, kind of. Yeah, here you see. This is what I also experienced during the vacation with the Q6 e-tron, is that past 80% it doesn't go that fast, and I tend to go past 80% to avoid some Laderstau this summer because it was crazy traffic. So then you see the advantage of GLC. It can maintain some nice speed, almost faster than the iX3. Wow, okay, very good. How is Tesla? Tesla hasn't even hit 80% yet. Okay, we just have to include the bottom reference there. Yeah, you see here, especially now, look at that, Q6 versus GLC. Look how much faster the GLC is charging. Okay, at least was charging. Yeah, but it's at 90%. We can look at the charging curve afterwards. But yeah, so this is great. It means that with the GLC, you can actually go to 80% in relatively okay time, right? And even past 90%, 95 would even be okay. Whereas the Q6, when I was sitting there at Ioniq, you know, in the afternoon, I was like, okay, maybe I can just disconnect now at 90%. It's going so slow. But then I want to avoid some Laderstau. So what about the, well, okay, what about the BMW? Well, all of them are going kind of slow now towards the end. So now it's more like watching paint dry, right? But I think I actually did go to 100% on the GLC just to test how long it takes. So yeah, does it matter? Yeah, well, sometimes maybe if you have time, if you want to go in the bush, then you might want to go to even 100%. And as long as it doesn't take too long, then okay. Well, actually now it goes kind of slow for the GLC also. So, well, at least it seems like going to around 95% should be fairly fast. It doesn't take forever. But I mean, well, there was another advantage with the Q6 e-tron, which is that as long as I didn't see any like Laderstau, no one queuing up, right? It takes so long to reach 100% that I could take a long lunch break with the family, and I didn't have to worry about moving the car or blocking the stall or anything like that. So And then here, charging curve, okay, well, G9, well, Chinese, they're the best, right? Or actually above everyone else, okay, throughout the whole span, more or less. Just a slow ramp up. Well, second place here, okay, that's the iX3. Okay, the red line here, that's what we're looking for. GLC. So at least the GLC didn't have this weird dip here. Was this dip the amphenol dip here and here? Possibly. Maybe I need to redo this. I have booked the iX3 Neue Klasse for September. I requested to borrow it earlier, but BMW, they just didn't respond until kind of late out in the summer. And then, yeah. So I will do a retest with the 1000 kilometer challenge for you fans. Get the popcorn ready. But okay, whatever. So the GLC has okay curve, kind of like the third place, well, the third best. I feel like it was better than the Q6 e-tron. Then the Q6 e-tron is even a new version, right? And there's also 100 kilowatt hour, but it wasn't that fast. Going a little bit flatter here, but here, yeah, here. This is what I'm going to show you guys. Past 80%, then the Q6 was like blah, 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 whereas the BMW and the BMW and the Mercedes, at least those two, Stuttgart and München, they were able to maintain some speed compared to Ingolstadt, yes. And then on the bottom we have Tesla. But okay, it doesn't matter because Tesla is twice as efficient as the other cars, right? Or Tesla uses half of the other cars. That's why they're still in the game. Well, actually, it turns out that the GLC was remarkably efficient also. When it comes to the Q6 e-tron, that car was a bit thirsty. I realize it now because I thought, oh, okay, legacy automakers, they don't have the Tesla efficiency and all that. Turns out that the GLC could almost match the Model Y in consumption. So, yeah, in that regard, it's pretty good. Okay, also, yeah, BMW Neue Klasse, if you put on some skinny 20-inch wheels, they also become very efficient, and as long as it's not too cold outside. I know there are many BMW fanboys out there, but okay, stop crying. I'm gonna get the BMW eventually before it gets too cold, and we're gonna do a rematch or a retest at least. So that's gonna be for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.